Welcome to Berwick Mitsubishi. My name's Tim. Today we're going to be doing a walk around video of our 2013 MY14 Jeep Grand Cherokee Laredo in diesel. In this video we're going to walk around the outside of the car. I'm going to point to the condition of the paint, and then I'm going to show you all the features that come with this car on the interior, and we'll also have a look at the interior on this car, which is quite nice too. So first up, this car is obviously a black car. The colour that this is called Brilliant Black. And as the camera sort of comes closer towards the car, you will be able to see the paintwork on this has got this really nice metallic shine to it. And it's in this sort of sunlight, I don't know how well it's going to look on the camera, but in person it's really stunning how well this metallic flakes stand out in this black paint. It's certainly a different black from what you see in other makes of cars. On this car as well, you do have the daytime running lights that sort of circle around the outside of the headlights here, which is a very nice feature while driving. I would turn them on and show you, but with the sun today it would be a little bit hard to see, so I'll leave that for another day. Down here you've got fog lights with a nice chrome surround around the fog lights. Against the black, it's a really nice contrast, and it also works well with this grille along the front and the nice chrome Jeep badge. One thing to point out with the front of Jeeps is every Jeep has got a 7-slot grille, and that is symbolic across the Jeep brand because Jeep was actually the first car to ever drive on all 7 continents. So they keep that look across every car they make, and they didn't disappoint with the styling of that grille on this Grand Cherokee. Now, when I start to inspect the quality of the paintwork across here, I'm looking for some stone chips right now. And I can't see any actually on this. The thing is with black cars, any sort of imperfections in the paint really stand out. So it will be easier for us to find things to show you, because I do want to show you everything with this car. There is a little touch-up mark down here. The camera just comes and gets a nice little close-up here. And there's a slight down here as well, probably the first 2 touch-ups that I noticed along the front. But aside from that, it's in very, very good condition. Like I said, there are no visible stone chips. Coming around to the driver's side panel here, you'll see it's got this nice, the way it angles, very nice, adds to the shape of the car as well, and it gives you this nice clearance between the wheel and the guard with a good plastic protection around here. It does stick out a little bit from the rest of the body, and that gives the body a nice protection against stones to flick up from the road. And as we go down the side of the car, I bet you there'll be no stone chips because of this guard. The car is designed very well with those sort of things in mind. Looking at this alloy rim, there's no scuff mark on the wheel, which is very good to see. These nice alloy wheels are in very good condition, as well as the tyre has got brand new tread on it, so you won't have to worry about replacing tyres anytime soon, at least not on that one. We will check out the other 3 as we go around. You have colour-coded black side mirror caps. This has got the same metallic flaking as the rest of the car, as well as your indicators built into the side of the car here. On the driver's side door, you've got your nice Grand Cherokee lettering, which really, once again, being chrome, black car really breaks up the colour of the car. Along here, you've got nice chrome accenting as well around the window, breaking everything up. Now, these cars are fitted with proximity entry to the driver's and front passenger side. So I actually have the key in my pocket here. We have 2 keys with this car. If I stand with the keys within about 1.5 to 2 meters, I can press this button here and it will lock the car. You can see the indicator here flashes, and all I have to do is grab the handle and the door unlocks again. So you never have to worry about getting the keys out of your pocket or out of your handbag. You can even start the car once the keys are inside the car. I'll go through that later as well when we're doing the interior. Moving down the rest of the side of the car, looking at the quality of the paint, it's in perfect condition down the side of the car. I can't see any touch-ups. A common place to look on black cars especially is for some scratching on the door handle, because people tend to scratch them up while wearing rings on their fingers, and I can't even see any of that. Coming round to this second tyre, see if I can find any gutter rash on this rim. There's no gutter rash on this rim either, and once again, brand new tyres. You can see the little stubbles there, and so another tyre that you actually don't have to replace. Come around the back of the car now. Once again, they keep with the whole black chrome theme of the rest of the car, and a nice bright red headlight, tail light rather, that bends around the back of the car. As we get to the very back of the car, you'll see a nice big chrome Jeep badge lettering, as well as chrome accenting on the bottom of the back bumper, your 4x4 badge and your diesel badge as well as the Laredo badge. To open up the car, you just press this and the gas struts make it come up practically on its own. very easy to open, and on the way down it's just as easy to close. In the back of the car here, we've got a nice cargo blind that you can clip into place to keep things hidden if you like to have your privacy of what you keep in the back of your car. And you can also remove this with ease by grabbing it and pulling it to the right and lifting it out, and out it comes. So it's very easy to maneuver in and out. In the back here, we've got 4 tie down points. We've got one here and one in each of the other corners, as well as under here you've got a full-size spare wheel and tools as well. This spare wheel has still got the markings on the tyre, so it's never been used. And in here as well, being a capless fuel tank, you actually have a little attachment to put in there if you ever need to use a jerry can, because it's got an anti-theft guard in there, and you actually need a bit of an extension to use jerry cans in this car. This car does also have a flashlight in the back as well, in case you get stuck at night. So I'll close this down and it just goes down really smooth and locks into place. It's a very easy car to use. Coming around to this side, you've got your fuel cap on the passenger side of the car, and once again you've got this nice sort of plastic bumper around here to protect the awesome paintwork from any sort of stone chips flying up from the road and debris, and your chrome accenting around all the windows again. Now, the passenger side of the car is usually the side of the car that's prone to getting gutter rush, because some people find it a little bit harder to judge when they're parking. But once again, this wheel has got no gutter rush whatsoever. I thought I found a little bit, but it was just a little bit of dirt. But yeah, this, once again, another perfect rim with a brand new tyre on it. Now, we'll be able to look at the paint on this side. Being in the sun again, everything should stand out a bit more, and that real metallic shine in the paint should be quite obvious as well. It's very, very impressive paint work on this car. Now, as the camera looks along the side of the car, one thing to note as well is on the top here, you've got these little rails. Now, the roof bars do fit into here, and it's got a nice chrome finish on it too. Once again, to go along with the whole theme of the car. Here's that proximity lock again, and then open up the car. You got, once again, chrome Grand Cherokee lettering, and coming up here you got, once again, perfect plastic guard, and the last rim, no gutter rash whatsoever, and a brand new tyre. Under the hood of our diesel Grand Cherokee, you'll find our 3-litre turbo diesel. Now, this is a German engineered powerhouse, which is responsible for 184 kilowatts and 570 newton meters of torque. Behind it you have the very comfortable ZF 8-speed transmission, and with the really strong reinforced chassis of the Jeep Grand Cherokee, this car will easily tow a 3.5 ton weight limit. The acceleration of this car as well, with the 8-speed gearbox, is very, very smooth. For long driving as well, you'll save a lot of petrol being a diesel engine, and around town the change between gears is seamless. Alright, so moving now to the interior of our car. I'll go through the quality of the interior here, the extras it's got, as well as the standard features. The Grand Cherokee Laredo is actually the most feature-packed entry-level model car of any SUV that was made, especially at this time, and it still continues to be. So, starting from the right, we've actually got an electric adjuster for our side mirrors. You can fold them in with the press of a button, which helps with parking, as well as you select left or right, and you've got a directional pad as well, and you can adjust them quite easily without having to lean over and adjust your mirrors. You've got your electric window controls, as well as a child lock for the back windows, which is very handy for annoying children sitting in the back of the car. Now, I don't know how well you'll be able to see it on the camera, but under here is where you've got your automatic headlight selector, as well as your fog light control, and you can pop the fuel cap from down here too. Moving to the left, we've got our indicator stalk is on the left hand side, being an American made car, and everything is all on the one stalk. You can indicate simply by just doing what you normally do, by going up or down, and you control your wipers by twisting the end, and you've got a rear wiper just further in here. Now, the steering wheel itself has got the cruise control set to the right, and it's actually on the left hand side, it's got the directional buttons, and you can actually cycle through a lot of settings that go in the middle of the display here. So you can choose to decide to display anything from stored messages, to the radio station, your trip computer information, fuel usage, your terrain selector, which I'll cover in a minute as well, your oil temperature, whether or not you want your speedo to be in a giant number, or you can set it to be in like normal speedo dial, whichever you prefer. No matter which one of these you prefer, as you cycle through your options, you'll always have your speed displayed, which is very handy as well. Just down here on the left as well, you've got your Bluetooth control buttons, you've got your green answer and hang up button, as well as a voice control button. I'll turn this fan down a little bit, it's a little bit hot. Now with the voice control button, you can do things like command the car to call your friends, call your parents, answer phone calls, hang up, read text messages, change radio stations. I hope this works because we're recording now, but I'll show you what it does. So if I press this, 101.9 FM.
Tuning to 101.9 FM.
And there you go, you've got your radio station. That way you don't actually have to cycle through any presets or tune any radio stations while you're driving. You can just press the button and away you go. Moving to the middle of the car now, we've got our big 8-inch display. I'll turn this back up, it is a bit hot. Got your really big clear 8-inch display with reverse camera. So if I pop this back into reverse, you'll see how clear and how large that display is. Very handy for when you're trying to park such a large vehicle. Along the bottom here, you've got all your options. Now this is where your radio stations are. You've got your FM, your AM and your digital audio band selection for your radio stations. This car is fully compatible with Bluetooth. So if I select media, this is where you've got your USB, I'll show you where that is in a minute, your auxiliary, your SD card, as well as your Bluetooth for your phone. Now I don't have my phone paired to this, but once again you can control everything with your voice and with the buttons here. One last thing I forgot to mention as well on the steering wheel is you can't see it, but behind here you've actually got volume up and down and change track buttons as well. And then here you've got paddle shifters to go up and down through the gears for a bit more fun. Moving back to the middle, you've got your controls for your heated seats. It does come standard with heated seats for both the driver and passenger in the front. Got your climate control. It is dual zone climate control, so you can actually have 2 separate temperatures set in each side of the car, which comes in handy if you've got someone sitting on the other side of the car who actually doesn't like it on as cold as you would like, so you can adjust their temperature and they can set it to whatever they like. But then as soon as you kick them out the car, you hit sync and it pairs them both up to whatever the driver is set to, so you never have to worry about them messing with your air conditioning system. Over here you've got your phone. Once again, no phone connected, but this is where it stores your text messages, your contacts. You can call people and do everything with the phone. And here it's got your settings, just your clock, display, your lighting. You can adjust all sorts of things here, like when the doors lock when you're driving, and it's a very good command center in a car. Now, just down below here, you've got all your hard buttons for everything I was just sort of explaining. So if I go back to climate control, here you've got your volume, here you've got your tuner, then just down here you've got your fan control, or you can simply press the button. You've got your temperature for each side, as well as air conditioning, circulation, demisters, traction control, and your eco, which obviously helps change the point where the gears change. Now this car does have an ashtray, which was an option with these cars, hasn't been used. Could be a good coin holder, I guess. In here you got a nice little bit of storage, as well as a 12-volt socket, an SD card, a USB and your auxiliary. That's what I was talking about when we were doing the media thing. This is where all the controls are. Now the shifter on these cars is a little bit different. It's a T-bar shifter. At the moment it's in park. The way you adjust this is you have to press down the button and you can pull it back into reverse. So pull it 1 click, it goes into reverse. The camera turns on, it tells you on the display you're in reverse. One's forward for park again. Now, you don't have to click it down 3 times or 4 times to get to drive. What you do is you press it and you pull it back and release. We are now in drive. Same thing forward, we are now back in park. So when you get the hang of using it, it is very, very simple, and it's a very convenient way to shift through the gears in an automatic. Now if the camera sort of pans over the top, I'll be able to point out how the 4-wheel drive system works. These cars come with a terrain selector. So at the moment, auto is the best setting to have because that's just pavement. But if you do take it off-road, it does have a snow, sand, mud and rock setting that will adjust where the power goes, how much power, and how the drive system interacts with the differentials as well for all the different terrains that you might drive on while 4-wheel driving. You also have your 4-wheel drive low gearing setting, as well as hill descent control, which helps control the traction and speed at which you roll down a hill. In the middle here, we've got our center console. Now this car is fitted with genuine leather, which was an option at the time, about a $3,500 option, which is fitted to this car. So the top of the center console here is leather wrapped. If I open it up, first thing you've got is you've got this nice little tray here, which you can store coins. It's got a little cable here, which goes down into the lower compartment, so you can put your phone here on charge, and it's nice and easy to access. Now in here, it's got a 12-volt socket under here towards the front, as well as a nice big open storage area. I'll close this. So we'll just have a quick look at the leather. Has got minimal wear on it. Being a 2013 car, you would expect at least a little bit of wear, but this leather is in awesome condition. I'll just get my camera person to quickly pan around the interior of the car, and I'll have a look at the service history while they do that, and I'll read it out to you. So I've just started looking at the service history. Now the service history, the first one is done at 1,000 Ks or a month, just a fluid checkup. After that, there was a service done at 10, 20, 34, 40, 60, 50, 60 and 50, someone stands it the wrong way around, 70, 80, 90, and the car has done 94,000 Ks, and we performed an intermittent service on it, oil change and filter change, and a fluid tup at 94,000 Ks, so the next service isn't actually due until 104,000 Ks. So this car, for a 94,000 K car, has got perfect service history, and it even has its nice leather pouch, which the books originally came in, and it's got all its original books too. So that wraps up our walk around video of our 2013 MY14 Jeep Grand Cherokee Laredo diesel 4x4. This one, as you can tell, this has got a brilliant paint job in it, which is just stunning in the sun. The Jeep Grand Cherokee as well, it's just got the most features in it for an entry-level car, so it is a very good value car if you're looking at a diesel SUV. It is also the most awarded car SUV in history as well. One thing that would probably go very well with this paint job is a nice glass coat to help protect the metallic paint in it. If you have any inquiries, please give us a call on 9907 0555, and one of our friendly staff will be more than happy to help you with your inquiries.